Hello friends and welcome to my Christmas sketchbook tour. This is actually being filmed on Christmas Day. I'm just going to start by saying that this will not be the last sketchbook tour because I still have more pages to do, so I'm going to continue it into January. My sister just brought me some coffee. Okay, let's start with these stickers. Okay, let's get started. So this is what I did over the last 2 weeks. So starting with the cabin. And so I had some problems with the last couple pages, like I had some mistakes. So I made this page just to fill the mistakes. So different panels, these are replacing different panels in the previous pages. And made lots of mistakes on these too. So these 4 are going to be used though. And I've already placed them in the layout on my computer. So that's cool. So this is just kind of a filler page, and then this is a continuation of the story. I'm not going to be using this one probably, but this page I really like. We're going to go out to like a steam bath. Steam bath? That's not a hot spring. Steam bath. Making coffee, just like Christmas stuff, reading. This is what I wanted to draw with the cabin like 9 months ago. That didn't work out. We go in for a little dip in the water, and the water is black, but that could be interpreted in different ways. Could be just the lighting. And she's going for a little dip. I like the red swimsuit. I know it's giving Baywatch, but I just really like the color red, and I like how it represents anger. So we're doing that. And so she goes for a little dip, and then it's going to be Christmas. Not sure if I'll keep this one. This was tough to draw. It's going to be Christmas. She's going to open the amulet in one of the gifts, and that's going to take her back to reality, which is boxes again. So moving. I did just move from my room. I lived there for 4 months, and I was trying to stay positive about it because I really wanted to get out of my previous place because of the secondhand smoke, but it wasn't really working with the girl I was living with. We had a lot of very different political views, which is fine, usually, or before COVID that would have been maybe fine. I grew up with people who had basically the opposite political views as me, and I managed to survive with moderate damage. It was really hard to live with her, and then while I was living there, she began to go through divorce with her husband, with me there in their apartment. So you can imagine it was a little bit much, and while I tried to be sympathetic to her situation, it wasn't a good situation for me. And when she came back from a trip last month, she kind of blew up at me, I think like pent up frustrations, and I was like, no, immediately no, and I literally left that night. So I moved very abruptly because I've had a rough time with living situations over the last few years, and I can't do that for anymore. Like, it's done so much damage to my mental health, so I just got out of there as quickly as I could. So this is me living in temporary situations. I'm very lucky. As soon as this happened, all my friends kind of banded together and have given me places to stay. I'm staying with my family and friends in different living situations. Like, for example, one of them is away for Christmas, so I'm just living at his house while he's gone. That kind of thing, you know, trying to resuscitate plants that he left behind. And also staying with my sister and things. So it's been fine. Honestly, I'd rather have it this way than live in a situation that's so uncomfortable as that one was. Yeah, so here we go. This is what it's like. And the feeling I have about my life right now is that I'm in another transitory phase, and that whatever is following this transitory phase is going to be positive. I feel positive about it. Some days I don't, but mostly I kind of do. She's at a cafe because it's giving travel vibes, you know, when you like travel and you just go to a cafe alone, and I don't know, that's the vibe. So that's what's happening. I'm doing that right now. I'm living in a new neighborhood as well, so it kind of feels like a vacation. Here is my draft of this, which I always think the drafts are hilarious. Sometimes I prefer the sketched illustrations to the finished ones. And I also want to show you what my sister got me for Christmas. She got me this Clairefontaine notebook. It's exactly the same as this one. Actually, it's not exactly the same. It's a different color and a little bit... Is it smaller? No, it's not smaller. It's just that this one has blown up from me using it. So here you go. Look at that. Look how yellow the pages are. I feel like I did good, you know? You want it to look really beaten up at the end of the year, and I think we can, looking at this one, say that that mission was definitely accomplished. The question is, like, am I continuing this in 2023? I also spoke to Clairefontaine in the States, and they're going to be sending me some art paper to try out, which is really cool. It's been a while since I've done a brand collaboration. I also want to share with you this, just because I think it's cute. My sister got me a temporary tattoo. Look at this. I think it's adorable. So maybe I'll wear that in my next sketchbook tour. I do want to talk a little bit about production. So January, I'm going to be laying this out and finishing the last few pages, like if I have anything left. And I'm hoping by the end of January, beginning of February, to open pre-orders. Now, when it comes to amounts, I'm not sure how many I'm going to print for a few reasons. A, it's a little bit like a diary. It's super personal. I don't know how widespread I want to share it. B, I don't know how easy this story is to follow if you haven't been watching these sketchbook tours all year. You know, I don't know how clear it would be for someone to follow it without that. So that makes it kind of like for a very niche community that's been following it the whole time. I'm also going to be adding like sound effects, like bam and splash and things like that. I'm going to try and do that if I can. And yeah, so I don't know. I might print like 10, honestly. I don't know if I'm going to do more. I might start with 10 and then, you know, take it from there. I'm going to print a sample copy first and then see what it looks like and share that with you all as well before I actually batch print it. But yeah, I'm super excited. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that this story is followable without watching the sketchbook tours of me explaining everything. Before I let you go, for my Creative Care Pack patrons who have not received a reward in 2 months, I'm sending you your rewards in January. So it's going to be 3 combined, and it's a series of prints from my comic book. This is like, I'm so excited about this. The only problem is that when I ordered them, I ordered this one with white borders and it came without, which means I'm taking the blame. I'm sure I made a mistake and I ordered this without white borders and I don't like the way it looks. So let me know, vote in. I'm going to maybe cut this and this is going to be the print by itself, or I can send it like this, but I'm not happy with this. But, you know, it is what it is. So there's that. And then this one. Okay, this is amazing. I love this. I love how these turned out. I don't make art prints of my stuff usually, so it's really cool to see. And this one. And I thought it could be the beginning of a series of prints. I only ordered 3 because I just wanted to test the quality and stuff, and I am happy with it. And it could be the beginning of a series of prints from my comic book that you'll be getting throughout the winter of this year. So that's what I wanted to share. That's coming your way the last week of December or first week of January. I'm going to be shipping those, and it's basically 3 rewards in one. And I just want to thank you for your patience because I've missed basically the last 2 rewards. And this was my plan. You know, I'm going to order these prints, and they took a really long time to print because the local printer that I use does just take a really long time. But I like that it's local and it's not drop shipping from the States because I'm in Canada and I kind of want to use Canadian companies when I can. So that's it. That is my sketchbook tour. Very excited about these. Very excited about opening pre-orders next month. It might be February, but my plan is to try to open the pre-orders by the end of January. And yeah, that's it. I have 2 weeks off in January to work on this from work. So that's all. Very excited. I hope you have a very, very happy holiday and Merry Christmas, whatever you're celebrating. Thank you, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for our next sketchbook tour. And maybe it's going to be the last one, or the last comic book sketchbook tour, because I will continue the sketchbook tour for just like my regular art practice if I choose to not continue the comic book. Okay, I'm done talking now. Thank you. Bye.